everybody, it's Cynthia here. This is your gym class for the week of March 16th, 2020. I'm calling it a gym class because we can't really do all of gymnastics without mats for everybody, and we don't have all of our equipment. So this is a gym class, and it's also a class for everybody because people are stuck at home and everybody needs their exercise. So I've made this class for everybody, parents, children, brothers, sisters, anybody who happens to be there. I hope you'll join in with us. So you can take whatever time you need to get ready. We usually take shoes off at gymnastics. Usually I have my shoes on because I go in and out so much, but I'm barefoot today. You take your shoes off and find a place, preferably on a carpet. It'd be nice if you could be on grass outdoors, but you need to be able to see me. So take some time to figure out if you have a little space to do this, and go wash your hands, get a drink of water, turn me off, and then come back when you're ready. So to begin with, just follow along. We'll just do a little bit of stretching. Just reach each arm up high. Try to make it straight at the elbow, not bent. Just reach it up. And stretch to the sides. And we'll try to swing one leg. Use your arms out. And swing your leg. If you start to lose your balance, just put it back together, squeeze it to the other leg. It's important that we all keep exercising. A lot of people are stuck inside right now. It's important to keep exercising. It helps us feel better in our bodies and in our brains during this difficult time for everybody. So I hope you'll enjoy some exercise with me. Exercise is also important because it stimulates our lymph system. We're familiar with having blood running through our body. Go ahead and stretch to the side. And our heart pumps the blood, so it moves throughout our body. But our lymph system doesn't have a heart. It likewise has vessels throughout the body, but there's no pump. So in order to move your lymph, you need to move your body. And one of the best ways to move your lymph is with jumping. So we're going to be doing some jumping. And the reason you need to keep your lymph system moving is because that is part of your immune system. All of those bad things in your body get processed through your lymph system and released. So if you can keep that system moving, you will feel better. When you're sick, sometimes you notice pain here or at the back of your neck. Those are your lymph glands aching, and that means they're working on the sickness that you have. So what we want to do here is we want to do some jumps, and we'll just start by swinging our arms and bending our legs. So when you swing down, try not to bend forward or backward. Try to keep your body straight and just let your legs bend. Let your arms come up. And then we'll add a jump at the top. So our arms will take us up and we'll jump. But as you come down, the most important part of jumping is coming down. So when you come down, do not land straight like this. You need to bend and let yourself sink into the floor. Jump, sink. Jump, sink. Jump. You can swing a few times in between. Jump. And when you bend, when you stop, keep your chest up. Again, we're trying to be straight up and down, not forward or backward. Straight up and down with our chest up, our arms out, our legs bending, and our ankles helping take some of that impact. Some of the bending is in the ankles. Stretch, jump, Good. Swing and or jump at your own pace. So, get that lymph system moving. Jump and jump. And bend as you come down. Bend, jump, and bend. Another jump we often do in class is just out and in jumps. Out and in. You can do it without any arms helping. But again, and this is kind of hard actually to remember, to bend your legs while you're jumping. On the out and on the in. Out, in, bend and bend. You're going to have your arms go out and in too. That's a nice little jump. Now there's a jump called a hurdle step, which is part of gymnastics. Stand back. You jump forward and let your arms swing up, and then you put one foot out. Go back and try again. Jump, step. Jump, step. Try to put it all together. Jump, step, step. Go back. Jump. This is a step that we do before a cartwheel to make our cartwheels fast. It builds momentum. Jump, go, cartwheel. Don't cartwheel. We can't do our cartwheels. We can't do our rolls. Our cartwheels, we can't really go upside down. But there are a lot of things that we can do. So, another thing we like to work on is our strength. So let's pretend that we're pulling something down. So lift and pull. Pull, like there's something up there, maybe big or heavy, and you have to pull it down. Just pretend there's something you're pulling. When you pull, your shoulders also squeeze together. Can you see what I'm doing with my shoulders? Squeeze them together at the back. My shoulders will open. When you pull down, squeeze. At the same time, pull down, squeeze. Pull down and squeeze. The reason that's important is because your shoulders need to get pulled back. It strengthens them a lot. And almost everything we do is forward. Whether it's washing dishes, keyboarding, we lean forward. We need to get them back, squeeze them together, pull and squeeze. It will help you with your keyboarding. Now this is one way that our wrists work is by pulling. Another way that our wrists work is by pushing. Coming down to our hands and knees. If you're not used to having weight on your hands, be careful with this. But try to spread all your fingers out and just give them a little bit of weight. The further back you sit, the less weight you get. Come forward, but not too far. You can rock around a little bit. Your hands need to do this, and your wrists need to do this. Again, if everybody's spending a lot of extra time on their keyboards right now, you need to have strong wrists to do that. And you need to keep your hands in motion. So this is good for your wrists. Some pressure, not too much. We'll add a little bit by going up from here. Tuck your toes in and lift. Just let your legs come down at any time. Up and down. Now people can do more or less of this. You can go up higher. Some people can go up until their legs are straight. Further than that, you can lift your heels up. You can tuck your shoulders down, your chest pressing down. That's the downward dog. You can do it to any degree that you like. From here is good, up farther is good. Turn over, sit. Now the children should all be able to show you what a table is. So go ahead, all you children watching, what's a table? You know, table is using your hands and back, your feet, and lifting. So again, you can just sit down at any time and lift your tummy. Now, we're going to go from our table and turn it over into what I call a mountain, which is a sort of partial downward dog. So, start with a table, turn it over. Now, what a lot of kids have tried is to continue with that, rolling over. So push up to a table, and then roll over to a mountain. Now, the next part is harder, so if your hands are not strong, do be careful or don't do it. But I don't want you to sit down. I want you to catch yourself in a table. Hopefully lift it up. Roll. Roll. Then you can roll back. Mountain, table. Mountain, table. Arms out. Let's get up with no hands helping. One foot and another foot. We'll do a little bit of balancing. Arms out. Lift your leg. Put it back. Lift your leg. Put it back. It can be just a little bit. If you start to lose your balance, just put your leg back down. Squeeze it to the other leg. Make your legs together. Lift it. Put it down. Lift it. Put it down. Try not to fall. Try your other leg. If you fall, what should you do? Get back up. Let's go a little higher. Lift it. Other foot. Point your foot if you know that. When you lift, you want this part to stay straight. Your whole upper body should not move. This should stay straight, and your belly button should be pointing straight ahead. If you lift too high, you see what happens. It makes you twist, and you're pointing sideways. Lift only as far as you can without making this uneven, but then you can challenge yourself. Lift where you can. Try to go a little bit farther. Lift. Lift. So challenge yourself a little. You want your legs straight? I'd rather have it straight and low than bent and high and uneven. Those things. And now we'll twist a little bit. So put your feet apart. Let your arms swing side to side. And we're going to let our spine, our backbone, twist, which is something that our backs need to do on a regular basis, and we don't usually do it in our daily lives. Now, look at my feet. When I turn, my back foot will lift. And now let your head swing. And we're going to let our eyes swing, so when you turn, you'll be looking back And then from the other side, looking back. Twisting. Some people like to try it with their eyes closed. It's a challenge. I'll try it for you. And you can watch. See if I look a little bit less balanced. We need our eyes. It's hard to balance without our eyesight. So let's just do a little bit of marching. When we march, we're moving in opposition, so it's right and left, left and right. And that is really good for our brains because it's a natural form of movement. It's the way our body is meant to work, and our brains like it that way. It helps calm our brains, and it helps our brains function in a lot of different ways. So it's really helpful beyond just getting a little bit of activity, which is really helpful too. It's good for your legs here. Good for your stomach if you remember to use it. Squeeze your stomach a little bit as you lift. Now another one that seems to be a little harder, I don't really know why, is to put one foot to the back, alternating. Put one foot behind. You can try without your arms, so it's less to think about. Put one foot in the back. You can put your arms out a little bit to help your balance. Put one foot in the back. One foot in the back. For some reason, this seems a little bit harder. We don't go high. We can lift a little, but it's not easy. When we lift to the back, we tend to twist. So we don't lift too much. You just lift a little bit. You can turn. Arms out, sitting down with no hands helping. Bend down a little, let one knee down, the other knee. Sit to the side. Put your legs out. Just sitting like this is a stretch in itself. It's not easy. Try to let your legs relax, even if they don't really want to go all the way straight. Your hips, we would like to have our hip bones back and our chest up. So, in other words, we don't want our bottom tucked forward and to be slouched. We'd like this back and this up so that we are like the letter L. So we'll just sit up tall and just get a stretch like that. You can reach up. But most of us do not go very far forward without putting something out of alignment. You can try. I only go this far. If you see from the side, if I go much farther, I'll be kind of hunched over. Our feet, squeeze your feet, point your toes down and up, down and up. Our feet like to move too. Normally when we're walking, they just kind of stay in this middle position. They don't get to go down or up too much. So they like to do this. Helps make them stronger. And we can make them draw circles if we pretend to use the big toe and draw a circle with our toe. You can go the other direction. This direction is good because it helps strengthen the ankles. We're all at risk for having our ankles kind of turn under like that. If we fall or trip, it's easy to do that, and that really injures your ankle. So we'd like to have strong ankles, jumping, doing ankle circles. So I'm going to show you something. There's one kind of roll we can do without really having the right place or equipment to do it. So this is called Around the World. It's not easy, but we can try it. You have to hold on to your feet. Now when you sit like this, don't worry, if you're here, that's fine. If you can drop your legs some, that's fine too. Don't do too much, do what you can. It doesn't really matter. Hold on to your feet. And this is the trick, because once we get going, a lot of people let go of their feet, but you need to hold on to your feet. And what we do is we go sideways onto our shoulder and then onto our back. Now please make sure that your chin is tucked down like that, and try not to bump your head, please. So hold on, go to your side and then your back. And then you can come back again. Or if you have space and you're strong and you hold on to your feet and pull, you can come up. Aha! My problem is that once I get onto this slippery floor, I can't keep going. Maybe if I get a little closer, I can do it better. Ooh, almost. Let's try the other way. Oh! Maybe you can do it better than me. I hope so. Some of the children, now not too many of them, but a few of them, might be able to try what we call a Russian roll, which is the same thing, but it's with your legs out in a straddle and holding on here. And again, you have to hold on or it won't work, and holding on is kind of hard. You need to put your thumbs on top and use your fingers like that, and it's right above your knees where you hold on. I don't have a lot of room here. I'll see if I can do half of one. Again, you go onto your side, then your back, and then your other side. Side, back, and your side, and your back. If you have a lot of room, you can go round and around. So, put your feet together. We're going to hold on to our legs here, and this is called tuck and roll. You just let your stomach relax, let your back round like I told you not to in a stretch. Let it round, tuck your chin down, and roll. That's nice. There's another one that we do that's very good for getting stronger. It's a little bit more than the table that the hands and knees to a table that we just did, but it starts from your hands and knees and then tuck your toes under and push. Sorry, what I meant to say was the mountain that we were doing before. This is like a mountain, but it's flat and lower to your knees gently. When you go up to here, we have a tendency to put it up to a mountain, but we'll try to hold it down flat. And if you hold it for a little bit of time, it's very difficult, but it's one of the best ways to strengthen your body in here, which we all need to do. Again, we want our hands spread, our fingers spread out so that we use our fingers, and then we'll try to hold it here. Another variation on this is to put your arms down, your forearms, and then use your toes and try to balance. Use your knees when you get tired. So, what I'd like you to do now is let your legs be lifted, knees bent like this, and lie down on your back. I'm not going to lie down with you. You can let your legs stretch out straight if you want to, but no feet up in the air. Your feet need to be on the floor, and I'd like you to look up at the ceiling or just close your eyes. And what we're going to do is just relax for a few minutes. So I'd like you to try to stop moving. Try to lie down on your back and try to be still for a few minutes. It's not easy for some of us to stop, whether we're young or old. We keep going, but we need to stop sometimes. And stopping is an important part of exercise, and it's an important part of our life. And especially when we're under this stress right now, which is a psychic community stress. Our whole community is under stress. And we all feel that, and our children all feel that too. They feel it through us, besides feeling their own stress of having their lives disrupted. They feel the stress of us having our lives disrupted. So it's hard for everybody, and we shall try to be compassionate. I can't give you a full gym class. Hopefully you will appreciate what I can do. So just relax, just relax. Try not to think, just listen to me, just try not to do anything. A lot of us think that we're relaxing sometimes by doing something that we think is fun, but that's not really relaxing because it's still doing something, it's still thinking. So to really relax, we have to stop and try not to think so much and just go inside our bodies, try to feel inside our bodies. So just notice if you're breathing. And the children can do this too. I sometimes have them just put their hands, one on the chest, one on the tummy, lying on your back, and you'll feel your breathing. Hopefully, you're breathing a little more now because you've had some exercise, and that's really good for you. We need air more than we need water or food. We need that air. So let the air go in and let it go out, and the more you relax, the easier it will be to breathe. So we just try to focus on our breathing. Don't try to breathe. Just notice if you're breathing. And go inside your body. Take your mind, think about inside your body. And I tell the children this too sometimes. Think about what's inside. Stop thinking about what's outside and think about what's inside. And notice inside your body. And if you feel something wrong, pay attention to that. If you feel that something hurts, I want you to think about that part and try to relax it. Try to let it go. Try to let it sink down into the floor and give it a break. Pay attention to it so that it has some respect. We need to respect the things that hurt. They're telling us something. And other things you might feel inside, notice. Maybe you're hot, cold, hungry, thirsty, whatever. You might notice inside something uncomfortable, or maybe something that feels very good and is comfortable. So pay attention to that. Notice if you might feel nice having this little break. Somebody told you not to work for a few minutes, if that's possible. So we'll be getting up in a minute, and then you'll be able to take care of it if you're hot, cold, need to go to the bathroom, whatever. So what we will do is close this by my suggesting that at the end of it, you get up and wash your hands again, because we like to wash our hands a lot these days. And get a drink of water. Water is really helpful for all of our stress. Get a drink of water. It doesn't have to be a big drink, but a little bit now and a little bit later is good. Water is good. So I hope you've been able to enjoy this. And I owe you a sticker now because you did your class with me, but I cannot give you a sticker right now. So when I see you, you can tell me that you watched this and you did your exercises, and I will give you a sticker. Now, one compensation for having to do this as a video and not in person is that you could watch it again. So I'm suggesting you do, because people are stuck inside a lot and you need to get some activity. Do not just sit in a chair. Sitting in a chair is so bad for us. I'm sorry, I know a lot of you have to sit in chairs. I don't mean to be critical, but it is important to get up when you can and to keep your body moving as you can. So please try to participate in some exercises. And if you're willing, watch it again or again and again. It would be great. And if you watch it again and you tell me you watched it again, you'll get 2 stickers or 3. You can have stickers for every time you do your exercises. It's really important. So I hope to be able to come back to you again with another video, because it will be a while till we see each other again. So thank you for watching. I hope I've been able to do something for you. I'm sorry I can't do more right now. Thank you. Have a nice day.